Hi, my name's Sean Alexander, and this is a video of a dietary habits consultation completed on the 13th of the 3rd, 2020. We're here with Sarah. How are you, Sarah?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, thank you. So today, we're going to cover a few things about nutrition, okay? All the advice that I'll give you today is just advice based around the Australian Dietary Guidelines, okay? We'll have a bit of a conversation about what your current food habits are, any areas that we can improve on based on what we're trying to achieve in your training. Any questions that you have for me around that, you can ask at any time, okay? So first off, I'll just let you know a little bit about what my scope is. So as an exercise professional, I can't strictly tell you what to eat and when to eat it, okay? That is more the principle of a nutritionist or a dietitian, okay? Now, your dietitians and nutritionists are the ones that train, they have their degree, okay? I have the basic information to recommend for my clients to assist progressing them through their programs, etc., okay? So we work within the professional limitations to provide basic healthy eating information and advice through the application of nationally endorsed nutritional standards and guidelines, and also the provision of general nationally endorsed public health information that will educate and support positive client health outcomes. Okay, so there's a bit more information there, but they're the two main guidelines based around the Australian Dietary Guidelines that we have to follow. Okay, now we're going to go through a dietary habits questionnaire. Okay, what this will do is it'll give me a base of information that I can keep note of, track for you, and we can build off on the future. Okay, so I'll just pop your name, the date, dietary goal. What would your dietary goal be at the moment, Sarah, do you think?
I guess probably just a bit of consistency with my food. Yeah.
Ensuring that you have energy to complete workouts.
Yeah, definitely.
And just to get through the day.
Yeah.
Ensure energy enough for the day. Any bad habits you might like to break? Too many coffees through the day, or?
No, I'm pretty good. Like, I usually just have like one coffee a day. It's more just when it comes to the weekend.
Okay. Oh, weekend. So your weekend matches weekdays.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Can certainly work that out. All right. Now, are there any special dietary requirements, Sarah?
Yeah, I'm actually plant-based.
Plant-based?
Yeah.
That's fine. We can certainly work around that for you. Okay. So we'll dive right in. Now, being plant-based, you might have a few more serves of veggies than our, non-plant-based clients. Okay. So, we'll certainly be able to tailor around, but, I'm expecting some good things in the fruit and veggie department for you. So if one serve of veggies is half a cup of cooked vegetables or half a cup of cooked lentils, chickpeas, a cup of salad, how many serves would you say you have per day of vegetables?
So half a cup is one serve.
Yeah.
It would be anywhere between, I'd say 4 to 5, even 6 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking it could be 6 plus as well, because do you have multiple vegetables and how much would you say, how many veggies would you have in one meal? And then how much do you think that might be per meal in grams? 200, 300 grams of...
Yeah, at least. Because normally for lunch, I'll either have a really big bowl of veg, so it would probably be about 3 or 4 different types of veggies.
What would that look like for me? Just a typical example.
So an example could be some steamed cauliflower with some peas, and then I could have some sweet potato with that, maybe a bit of spinach, and then I might do some avocado or even maybe some zucchini, depending on what I've got, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So how many serves of fruit would you usually eat per day? And again, an example would be a serve of fruit is 1 medium apple, orange or banana, 2 small apricots, 1 cup of diced or canned fruit, or half a fruit juice.
So one serve would be like a small banana, did you say?
Yes.
So if I have a smoothie bowl, I usually have about 2 bananas. and I'd say about nearly half a cup of frozen fruit. I have a smoothie bowl pretty much every day. Look, I'd
So
say.
we call that 3 serves of fruit for that one meal. Yep. Any other fruit during
and then
the day?
I usually have like a fruit snack in the afternoon.
Okay.
Like my 3 o'clock is normally my fruit time.
So would you lean towards 4 to 5 or 6 plus?
I'd say 4 to 5.
4 to 5 for the
Yeah.
fruit. Not a problem. How many serves of breads and cereals would you usually eat per day? A serve of bread or cereal is 1 slice of bread, half a medium roll, half a cup of rice, pasta or noodles, or half a cup of oats.
I only really have rice these days.
Yeah.
And again, I probably only have half a cup either with lunch or dinner a day.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
we'd put it in, say, 2 to 3 serves, or even 0 to 1 serve per day.
Yeah, probably do 2 to 3 seems
2
a
to
bit.
3?
Yeah, let's do 2 to 3 because some days I could have it with both meals.
Not every day is
but
exactly
not
the
every
same.
day, yeah.
Fair enough. How many serves of dairy would you consume? Now, given that you're plant-based,
Yeah.
this is probably 0. Am I correct to say? Okay, so you would have more of your coconut alternatives and your nut milks
Nut milks
and that
stuff.
sort of stuff. Okay. What you might find too is that you're getting a little extra carbohydrate, which would fall into your breads and cereals, or your nuts into your alternatives or veggies through that. But that's fine. And again, being plant-based, how many serves of meat or alternatives do you consume per day? So for you, Sarah, that could be 170 grams of tofu or 30 grams of seeds or peanut butter. Okay, do you have any peanut butter with your smoothie bowl?
Yeah. I usually have like a tablespoon of peanut butter.
Okay.
And then nuts or seeds. Sometimes I'll have hemp seeds on my salads or some pumpkin seeds. So I'd probably say maybe 2 to 3.
Okay. And do you supplement any of your nutrition as well? Do you take protein shakes? Do you?
I do, yeah. I have a protein shake for breakfast every day.
Do you know how many grams of protein would roughly be in that protein shake?
No, I don't, sorry.
Okay. Would it be fair to say that it's around 20 grams?
Yeah, I'd probably
20
say
grams
that.
of protein?
Yeah.
Okay. So we could at least say 2 to 3 serves, sort of as a lower end. Not too sure, but 2 to 3 at least.
At least, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't eat a lot of tofu anymore.
Yep. Okay. Are there any other alternatives, like more beans and legumes fill that gap?
Yeah, I do, yeah. I've been having a bit more lentils and chickpeas to fill that gap.
Okay, well, could we say put that up to
Maybe
4 or 5?
4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, not a worry. And now these are our discretionary choices. Okay, these are more of our treaty things. Okay, we go out with friends and have like a bit of a decadent breakfast and have some pancakes or something like that. So just looking at the list below, there's quite a few examples here. I'll bring it a little closer for you. Okay, being beer and pastries and things like that. You've got soft drink and donuts here and snacks on this side here. Where would you say you fell into the category if 0 to 3 is the lowest and 10 plus is the highest?
Like in a week, I would say it could be anywhere from, I could be 0 to 3, or some weeks it could be 4 to 6.
4 to 6.
It just depends.
Like which would be more common for?
Because like
in say a month,
sometimes I would have hot chips. Sometimes I might have a pastry. Sometimes I might have a glass of wine.
Okay, so say if you had hot chips, would that be 12 fried hot chips,
No,
or it would be
a lot
a
more.
lot more? Okay. So should we maybe look at the 4 to 6?
Yeah, say 4 to 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not a problem. So we'll just take a quick look at the eating guidelines, the dietary guidelines, okay?
Yeah.
And compare your results to what's recommended here for a female of your age, okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right, so given that you're aged 32, all right, in the veggies, we'd like to see you have 5 serves per day. Now, you said you're having 6 plus, that's perfect, okay? You're right in the zone there,
Yeah.
okay? The next one here is serves of fruit, okay? you said to me that you had, again, it was 4 to 5 serves per day. All right. Now this is probably a little bit high, but given that you're plant-based, you will probably need to supplement some of your, the natural carbohydrate that you get in your meals through your fruit. So the having a higher quantity of fruit may be something we can look at to improve, to reduce a little bit if we have to. Okay. Then you've got here your grains and cereals. Now it's recommended that you have 6 serves of grains or cereals per day. Okay. Now, given that you have so much fruit, it's probably not a bad thing that you have only 2 or 3 serves of breads and cereals, but possibly we may look to drop a serving of fruit and add a complex carbohydrate just to give you a little bit more fuel, because we know that those complex carbohydrates are going to equal energy long term. Okay. Our fruit is typically an example of a very simple carbohydrate. It enters our body, it's digested quickly, it enters our bloodstream, and it passes just as fast. Energy burst up, quick crash. Okay, where your grains will typically give you a longer burn for a longer period of time. Okay, and then our lean meats and alternatives. It says here for a woman of your age that it's 2.5 serves. Okay. Now, given that you have so many serves of your legumes and stuff like that, it would probably look more like you're having, 2 serves, or, you said here 4 to 5 serves. So it looks to me like you're going to be getting enough of your protein. It may not be a steak, but that's completely fine. You're well within, the protein guidelines here for this. And then your dairies. It recommends that you have 2.5 serves at the moment as a woman of your age. Now, something to bear in mind in the future is that you may want to consider some form of calcium supplement or something along those lines, and seek advice down that road. And if you like, at the end of this consultation, I can write you a recommendation letter to a dietitian who can do all of the inside nitty-gritty fact work, get the real breakdown of what your dietary requirements look like right now, what you'd like them to look like, and then perhaps they can prescribe you supplements for that. Okay, where I can give advice, but I can write a referral letter for that for you. All right. Also, noting that as you get older, things like osteoarthritis and things like that become factors. So calcium is going to be critical when it comes to maintaining that bone mass. Okay. Now, when it comes to our treats, the things that we love but don't always love us, okay, it's recommended that we do keep these as discretionary choices, and that we do, enjoy in moderation. Okay, because quite often, like you said, Sarah, when you talk about food on the weekend not necessarily matching the food during the week, we spend a lot of time and effort training, meal prepping and stuff like that through the week, and we've got all this beautifully prepared food, but you might not always be home, so you don't have that prepared meal at home on the weekends for you. So that's where hot chips or something like that may become an option. And unfortunately, when your training is really consistent and your meals are consistent, that can be the brick wall that you're hitting every week, setting you back a step. So definitely something for us to discuss. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll just have a quick chat and set up a few basic nutritional strategies. Okay, so what I would like to see is, again, we'll just leave a note here on the file that we will we'll reduce fruits by 1 serve per day, add 1 serve of complex carbs per day. Okay. What could be Okay. Do you find that you're having any issues staying full, Sarah? Is your fruit more of a snack to keep you full, or?
Yeah, I sort of turn to my fruit at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when I'm, say for instance, when I'm at work, just to sort of, that 3 o'clock slump you get.
Yeah.
I rather turn to fruit than turn to a coffee or something like that,
Okay.
or have a tea and some fruit or something like that.
Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing. You're finding that your meal portions that you're having do you have 3 large meals, or are you having 5 to 6 smaller meals? How are your meals structured?
I normally just have the 3 meals throughout the day, and then I'll have that little snack in the after, that fruit snack, say about 3 o'clock, and that's pretty much my day.
Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe if there's any way that we can perhaps spread out our meals so that they're a little bit smaller but more frequent through the day. Maybe that's something we can work on for the weekend. Ensuring that we have, having smaller meals during the day rather than 3 to 4 big meals. Okay, so this will essentially help you fill a bit of a gap when if you're getting hungry at 3 o'clock, you may need to have another smaller meal, and that gets you through. Another strategy I'd like to put into place is ensuring that you're drinking enough water. Okay, so are you a regular water drinker?
Yeah, normally.
Okay. How much would you roughly have per day?
3 to 4 litres.
That's fantastic for you. Yeah, that's really good. Okay. 3 to 4 litres is probably the higher end of where I would want you to have water, but a minimum 2. Minimum 2 litres of water, because we definitely underestimate the value of water in our body, and quite often we feel what feels like hunger, but we're actually thirsty. And when we start to feel dehydrated, we're already dehydrated. Our body is starting to cry out because we've already used our water reserves. So it's important for us to ensure we're getting that water in. Okay, so have that. That's good. Is there any other nutritional strategies that anything you can think of, Sarah? You're happy with what we have so far?
Yeah. I'm definitely happy to give anything a go.
Okay, not a worry. So what I would definitely like to do is I will set you up with a referral for the dietitian.
Yeah, I'd like that. Yeah.
I'll just set that up, but before I fill that out for you, I'd just like to ask a couple of questions. Are there any social influences on your food choices?
On the weekends, there is.
So what do they look like? Spending time with friends, or?
Yeah, like friends, family, being away, like you said, being away from home and not being able to have the access to prepared meals.
Okay, not a worry. And are there any cultural influences on your food? Like, when you were growing up, were your family always really big meal people, spend a lot of time around food, friends and family, and there's always cheese and crackers will show up and everybody just, tucks into the meal?
I would say so, yeah. A lot of my family gatherings involved food.
Yeah. And has that sort of always been the way since as you were coming up, as you were a young person, and then that's sort of come up? And
I think, and I think I've worked pretty hard to grow out of that, but it can definitely creep in.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah.
Experiences.
Yeah. No, I have the same thing in my family. Don't worry. It's great to train new habits. Sometimes it's not easy to break the old ones. So that's why we do these check-ins, and you might already have good nutrition. It's just about tweaking the last couple of numbers, or sometimes it involves an overhaul for some people. Okay. So So all that's left to do is just refer you now to an accredited dietitian.
Mhm.
Okay. We'll complete this. We'll just get that in. Bang, bang, bang. Type your info in there. All right. I've now popped that in, Sarah. So I'll just thank you so much for spending the time doing this questionnaire. I know it may seem like 15 minutes of your time where you're like, oh, is this really necessary? But when it allows me the ability to gather information, get you on the right path nutritionally, you know, like I said, it's not recommendations, it's advice, but at least we can make sure we have all that good energy coming in, you know, green fruits and vegetables. We can definitely make sure that we're getting the most out of your training, which is what I'm here for. Okay. Any questions for me?
No, that was awesome. Thank you so much
No,
for
thank
your
you.
time.